Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited here once again, and today we're going to be talking about the fight, the lightweight WBO title fight between Keyshawn Davis and Edwin de Los Santos. This fight, we're going to talk about the tactics and the prediction on this fight. It's going to come up on the 12th of June. We're talking about this fight because there's so many things being said about Davis and everything. To start with, we'll say this is the biggest challenge of Davis' career so far. De Los Santos, we know, is packs a punch, so to say. He's a big puncher. But having said that, actually, I'll say that Davis' power has been underrated by people as well because he's a very good boxer, an Olympian who won a silver medal in the Rio Games, and he's been doing well as a professional. So he's non-defeated in 13 fights, 9 by knockout. And De Los Santos, who saw him last in a fight with Shakur Stevenson, and at the end of the day, it was a boring fight. And people, it was a homecoming fight for Shakur Stevenson. And people felt he didn't fight well, he didn't put the pressure on De Los Santos. And part of the people just saying that Shakur felt the power of De Los Santos and then, took on the bike and then went and then running around the whole ring. And he was boring and he was booed in his own town and everything. Having said that, that is why I tell you that this fight might be the biggest test yet for Davis. Davis is a proper fighter. As I said before, he's an Olympian who won a silver medalist. But the thing about Davis is the kind of angles he takes in a fight, the way he punches. I see a little bit of Terence Crawford in him. The angles, the accuracy of his punches. The kind of variety of punches he throws, the body shots very well. He can knock you out with that. We've seen it happen before. So we're saying that this fight is going to be a major fight. It's going to be a big fight, no doubt in my mind about that. But having said that, we'll say the qualities that Davis possesses and the qualities that Edwin de Los Santos possesses is different. The way they fight is different. For Davis to have a chance in this fight, he has to create the distance between both of them. He is the bigger guy, and that is why I want him to unify he shouldn't be defending well with the mandatory defense, but he should unify because very soon he will be too big for that weight, for the lightweight division, and if he keeps burning fast to make the weight and coming down to make the weight, it will harm him physically and will affect his fighting career and everything. Having said that, I have to be honest with you, it's a very good fight. De Los Santos is a dangerous puncher, as we've seen. We saw his fight with Venezuela. He was down before and then came out to finish Venezuela, in 4 rounds, and that is the height of his performance. Against Shakur, Shakur ran all over the place. He couldn't catch Shakur. Shakur won an elimination decision. But this fight proper, as I said before, Davis has to gauge the distance between them, the space, the gap, and operate from there. I'll see him do that, so it's not going to be a very hard thing for him to do against De Los Santos, no matter the kind of power he possesses. As I said before when I started, I said people underrate the power of Davis. But Davis is a very powerful puncher, and his accuracy is, pinpoint, the preciseness of his, just like taking the anatomy of a human being, just like Ajit Kabayal does, and then divide it into two, know the areas you will attack and the areas you will leave, and then storm on that areas and break them down. stanza by stanza. So for Davis to win De Los Santos, it's not going to be a one-punch knockout or one-punch defeat. He has to, break him down slowly, stanza by stanza, round by round, and then at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Having said that, I'm saying that body punches, defense is key for both boxers. For any person, two of them to win. Body punches is essential, it's very important. It takes the sting, it takes the breath out of the opponent when you hit him on the body. And we'll see when you target the solar plexus or the liver, we've seen the result in so many fights. So those places are points where you are going to attack. And I'm saying this in no particular order to both boxers. Whoever takes that route wins this fight. Having said that, I have to be honest with you, Davis is a technician. No doubt in my mind about that. The way he fights, the way he rolls, the way he punches, the way he attacks you, in and out, in and out. He's not a predictable person as well as a boxer. You can't predict his next move. So that is very important as well. So for this fight, I believe the WBO champion Keyshawn Davis has an advantage, and that advantage, I think he will win. And surprisingly, a lot of people don't give him chance, or don't rate him that high. People are asking whether he's ready to fight Gervonta Davis. I think he's ready to fight him. You can unify with him if Gervonta wants. He's a bigger man. He has the chin to take the punches of Gervonta, but he has the angles, success angles. That is the most important thing in his fight. De Los Santos is predictable. That left hand, Davis must avoid throughout for him to have a result in this fight. Now, having said that, I have to be honest with you. Davis has to use his jab to set up his right combos or right haymakers. Davis can fight on the southpaw, can fight on the inside, can fight on the outside, can fight on the back foot. He's a complete boxer, so to say. So, but De Los Santos whole interest, just like every other person who has a punch, punching power, they hope on their punch to deliver the day. According to him, he made Shakur go on the back foot, but Shakur still beat him on at the end of the day, but they call Shakur pillow hands, so the problem he has with his wrist and his hand. But Davis is a banger, I don't see this fight going to the last round or last stanza of the fight. I see Davis knock this guy out by TKO. I see Davis take this fight by TKO before the end of the 10th round. Having said that, I have to be honest with you. It's not going to be an easy fight. Davis has to pay attention to certain things. The left hand, the power of Edwin de Los Santos. De Los Santos has a power, but if you take a sting out of it, the punches, the left hands, especially the left hands he throws, the swinging, time him, make him miss and make him pay. These are the weapons David needs to take this fight, and he's gonna win it. And I believe he wins it by TKO before the 10th round. My time is up here now. I plead with you, please do subscribe with the channel to make the channel grow, and do have a nice day and God bless. Bye.